can we just hire the best person for the job without seeing anything else?
Ooh, you're talking,
you know?
Did I just say?
When's that going to happen?
Is there a rainbow behind you? I just saw a unicorn peek from behind
Special magic unicorn with a pot of gold.
I saw two articles in the, one was in the New York Times and the other one was, oh gosh, it's called PS Mag. It's really talking about diversity with the writers, right? Diversity in Hollywood and, with the Me Too movement and, all of this light has been shined. But they're finding themselves in a catch-22 because they've spent all this time cultivating their club, which is very monochromatic, both from a gender standpoint and from a color standpoint. And now that this is all blowing up and there's this huge demand for diversity and writers of color, of every color, and I'm not just talking about black, I'm talking about every ilk, they can't find them. There's a handful and they're turning down jobs left and right because there's not enough.
Well, here's the thing that makes me laugh about that article, and that is I think that these people do exist, and I've been working with them for the last 25 years. The problem is, in Hollywood, you have rings upon rings upon rings of echelons.
Levels upon levels.
It's Dante's Inferno.
I was going to say, it's just like Dante.
From the seventh rung of hell, where we are right now. No,
welcome to my life.
You're at the top, right? You're the James Camerons, that would be my example. You're the Steven Spielberg, whatever. And then there are these people that continue to work, like working actors, like despite everything, despite every discrimination known, could tell you stories, being 6 months pregnant, getting turned down from HBO, literally verbatim, quote, "Lisa, you're the best person for this job, but I'm just afraid that you might have the baby on the cutting room floor. So I have to turn this. I can't hire
Seriously?
you." Yeah, no. And those were the days where I wish I had a cell phone.
Isn't that illegal?
It is illegal. It is illegal, and I didn't ever think that I should be taping conversations like Omarosa.
Yeah.
But turns out
from her playbook, girlfriend. Playbook.
That was 12 years ago. But I guess the thing is, I think that these writers, these diverse, quote unquote, writers of different points of view exist. It's just, again, you're dealing with elitism because people it's only Ava DuVernay, it's only Spike Lee, it's only Kevin Kwan now.
There's the handful.
But that's not true. There are so many more, and there's so many incredibly talented people that are either working or need a break and haven't been discovered yet. So I have to believe, again, along the lines of hope, when doors open and we help each other out, and you start to get to our, end game, which is, can we just hire the best person for the job without seeing anything else?
Ooh, you're talking, did I just say?
When's that going to happen?
Is there a rainbow behind you? I just saw a unicorn peek from behind
Special magic unicorn with a pot of gold.
There's a unicorn behind you. Be careful.
And
somebody's gonna fucking shoot it.
But okay. But I truly have to believe that we will get to that place. We're so far from it right now. But again, to answer the call, and if I saw that article on social media, I would have commented and said, "Hey man, I'll give you the names of 25 people I know right now."
Oh, and we're two.
Yeah, we're two.
And we're two of them. But I mean, it's always been so impossible.
Yeah, it's a club. It's a club.
It is a total club, and I'm not even going to say boys club, even though that's what it is. So we've been on the outskirts, haven't really been invited into the writer's room, certainly haven't been invited to be, showrunners and producers. And now there is this huge demand, particularly when we take a look at all of the different streaming networks now. It's not just ABC, NBC, CBS. And the way people are binging, we're avarice for content.
We are so ravenously hungry for, and it's not just regular content. It has to be high quality.
It's got to be good. Because I'm not going to, I don't want to see schlock.
Audiences are discerning. They don't want to watch the same old crap.
Nope.
And the demand is at an all-time high. So that's the good news for you writers out there with some good stories. But but, how do you break in? That's a whole ball of wax.
What a good segue! You're such a good seguer. You've always been an amazing seguer.
You tell me Orville Redenbacher, I do it. You tell me,
Godiva?
You tell me Godiva?
You do it.
I do it.
Because you're a team player.
Yes, that's right.
I like that about you. So you've got this aspect of we're on the outside, we're looking in. You've got the Shonda Rhimes of the world, who I just adore with all of my heart and soul.
Couldn't love Shonda more.
Love her too much. I mean, when I read The Year of Yes, I read it about 2 months ago. I went back and I reread it because the way I just felt so connected to her and to her experience. But she's a unicorn. I see her and I see Ava as unicorn. Here I am. Here you are. We're in a place where the film industry is burgeoning, it's starting to grow, and it's starting to build, but we're still on the outside, right? We are outside of LA. You can't get an agent unless you've written something that's already been purchased, and you can't sell something unless you have an agent. I mean, it's like this horrible catch-22. You've got amazing stories. You've got your series. I've got my series. We've got stuff. We have all these amazing ideas as women. And who do we turn to?
Well, okay, I'll tell you how it works, because I do come from the LA, New York side. I am agented. I don't live there anymore, but I go there frequently. And as a person told me long ago, it's all about the work that you do. Keep going, and you will eventually get on a show that will get noticed. You'll eventually have a mentor on something that will say to you, like what was done to me a very long time ago, hey, do you have an agent? You will if you do well on this show. And that's what happened to me. And then the other way in is that you partner with people. And so that you pitch to production companies and you get in with somebody who already has the ins, and you have to, there are ways to this. In fact, I'm writing an ebook in about a couple months. It'll be out on Amazon, about this just very thing
for the low price of,
but
reasonably priced.
There are $6.99, no, $9.99, $10.99. That's as far as I'll go. No. No.
$15.99 with a 30% off
my
coupon.
Final offer for the listeners of this podcast. No, 25%
discount code. Go Divas.
Okay, we will do this. We joke, but it actually will happen. So what this is a segue into that, but there definitely is a way. But like going back to what you're saying. It's just not easy. I mean, it's not easy for Mark Burnett. It's not easy for Steven Spielberg. It's not easy for Robert Redford.
Right.
These are people who traditionally, can find money at the drop of a hat. And I think when you're the person making the investment, like if you're a studio or a network or whatnot, people want sure things. One show can ruin you,
One show can also make you.
Of course. And it's a gambler's game. Let's face it, folks. This entire enterprise is a gambler's game. So what does that say about us? But it's exciting, though, because if you break through and you make it, it's wonderful. And a lot of people I know that are really good people that have made it, they bring their talented friends along, the ones that haven't. Look at the story of the guy from The Cosby Show this week. Did you read that story?
No.
The guy who played the eldest sister's husband. Oh my God, this is not going to work.
Cousins,
for the show.
uncles,
okay. Do you
twice
know the story?
removed.
His name's Jeffrey Owens. So Jeffrey Owens
I'm looking it up.
Was working at Trader Joe's. He's a working actor. He was on The Cosby Show. Obviously, The Cosby Show is not getting residuals. Okay? So.
Oh, wait. You're saying like present day?
I'm talking about last week.
No.
Jeffrey Owens was photographed by some customer as a checker at Trader Joe's and was like, oh, poor guy, blah, blah. And he got totally shamed. Guess what happened yesterday?
What?
This whole thing with Jeffrey was just like, look, I'm a working man, actors shouldn't be ashamed. We all do what we have to do, right?
Right.
It's an honest living.
Right.
So Tyler Perry 2 days ago offers him a job on the Have and Have Nots on OWN. Hello.
Get out of here.
No. No.
Unicorns.
Yeah, see? But do you see what I'm saying
We
about
need unicorn music.
We help, when we make it, we help people. The good people help people.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That
I do
is
it.
crazy
I do it all
awesome.
the time. I do it every day. That's the only way how you can really do it. It's a business of relationships, 100%. But I thought it was amazing because it was all like on Twitter. It was like all happened on Twitter.
Yeah, there's a video. Ooh, it says video, former Cosby Show actor breaks silence after job shaming. So somebody tried to shame him.
They took a picture of him working at Trader Joe's and like, oh, poor guy, blah, blah, blah. And then he totally stood up for himself. He's like, I'm not ashamed of it. And he's gotten work since the Cosby Show, just not a series regular, and he has to pay the bills. He's got kids.
Got to keep the lights on.
We all know what that means.
Netflix ain't cheap. Hulu ain't cheap.
So because he was shamed, all these people came to his defense, and he was a completely amazing stand-up guy. And then literally 48 hours later, Tyler Perry's calling him up. He's got offers, and he's got other offers too.
See, this is what I'm saying. It is not the death of decency.
Yes.
There is still hope. I want you guys to have hope. I'm trying to have some hope.
Yeah, you have to believe that there is. Okay, so let's talk about these two films when you want to talk about hope. So,
which one do you want to do? So we got two films that we have just seen, and we have got to talk about them, especially from the standpoint of there is diversity. There is diversity. There are other voices. Of course, we're talking about Black Klansmen and Crazy Rich Asians, which I just saw. Why did I bawl through that entire movie?
Okay, Belle.
I was totally not expecting to bawl.
I told you.
It was so sweet.
I know.
I loved that opening scene.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Yes.
When the mom, Michelle
Yao.
Oh
Wow.
my God, is she hot?
Well, you remember her
Holy
from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Honey, I remember her.
Badass.
I remember her from Discovery, Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
I wear that shirt.
I know
24/7.
Wore it last week.
I don't wash it, but she looks amazing.
I'm telling you right now, she's going to get an Oscar nomination. I believe she will.
Do you think so?
I don't know.
I'm not sure it had the depth.
I don't know. I thought it was intense and good.
I'm not sure. I mean, it was good. It was wonderful, but I'm not sure it had the depth. I'm not sure it had Oscar depth.
I don't know. I liked it for supporting.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. When she held her face at the top of the stairs and said, you will never
be good enough.
Oh, chills. Chills. How many of us have heard that?
But so the opening scene, if you haven't seen this, Crazy Rich Asians, it's about this couple who fall in love and, they live in New York. The girl is
They're professors at NYU.
Yeah, she's a professor. What does he do? I can't remember.
He's a professor too.
Oh, is he a professor too? So there are two professors and they're, I'm going to say Asian Americans. Right? I think they're
both of Chinese descent.
Both of Chinese descent. And they fall in love and he takes her home for a wedding in Singapore to meet the family.
She's never met the family. She has no idea
that they are
She thinks he's like a struggling teacher.
Right. And he's like basically the wealthiest person on the planet.
His family is the wealthiest family in Singapore. She has no idea.
No idea what she was getting into.
And he always wanted someone to love him for who he was, not for his money, because back at home they were like bachelorettes in line.
The gold diggers.
In line.
So there's the setup, there's the story. So I just want to talk about the opening scene because it was just, to me, it's just that, it's that perfect, middle finger. So it's a flashback, and it's mid-'80s or something like that. And the boy is young and he comes in with Michelle Yao, who's his mom. And they go into this fancy schmancy British hotel and the people.
It's raining and they're drowning. They're drowned in the rain.
Yes. And they're dragging mud in and, they're all bedraggled and everything. And they get inside and she's like, we have a reservation and cue the racism. So, they look her up and down.
The snooty concierge is like, well, there's no possible way that this person could be staying here. And she has reservations for the freaking suite in London.
The presidential suite.
Yeah. And they're like, just no.
And they're like, no, we don't see your name
They
here.
shut her down.
And they kicked her out.
Yeah.
So she goes to the phone booth.
With children.
With children in the rain.
Yeah.
Makes a phone call. Comes back inside. The Earl of Kingsbury comes downstairs.
Who's the co-owner of the hotel.
Right. And announces that Michelle Yeoh has just purchased the hotel. Now, she was good because I would have been like, you're fired.
Yeah, right. And so then the staff is completely stunned and the kids go up to the presidential suite. No, it's a total great FU scene. And but what I also loved about that scene too, from another layer, another peel layer of the onion, is in the past when you deal with rom-coms of this sort and complete stereotypical story scenarios, it would have been that the husband was a part of this whole thing. The patriarch, who, again, was still alive in this story. He's never seen.
We never see him.
The dad has never seen it. I thought that was brilliant.
I
Seriously.
love
so refreshing.
This is a matriarch story.
Yes.
But
the dad is still alive. He's
still
not
alive.
even dead.
We never see him.
He's working.
He had to go. When duty calls.
Yeah.
Isn't that what she said? When duty calls.
He couldn't even come home for a wedding.
This was a woman's film.
Yes.
This was totally a woman's film. The lead actress,
Constance Wu, who's fantastic.
She was really good.
She was so good.
She was really good.
She's very real.
I cried a lot.
Why
was I crying?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Do you want to know why? Because
I'm not a crier. I just want y'all to know.
At the core of the story, it's about proving your worth, I think, and
wanting to belong.
And and the boyfriend really, really loved her. But when you have challenges with meeting someone's family, it's like you're always afraid, like, okay, because if a family doesn't accept you, even if there's total love there, it's gonna be a problem,
Yes.
And she really wanted it to work out with him, and he was totally amazing. And the cool part about him was he wasn't swayed by the family.
No.
And he was on her side. And that's what we're all missing in like every relationship,
I think that's what it was. It's that yearning that because we all have run up against in-laws or
an
auntie or a cousin or the brother.
Has her back. The boyfriend
the
has
entire
her back.
movie.
We all live for that. We all want it. We all dream of it.
You're
we
right.
all dream of it.
That's
right?
what it was.
Right?
It struck that core.
And it validated her. She was already confident. She's a freaking PhD in game theory. Like, incredibly smart person. But, man, the challenges she goes through with this Singaporean family that just cuts her to size.
And I love that she came from a single-parent household, and she was proud of it. She was never ashamed of how hard her mother worked. She bragged about the fact that she came to this country and she didn't speak a word of English, and she's taught herself everything, and she became a nurse or something
that challenged the story even further. Even further.
But you must see the film.
Yes. but it's also, though, what a fun ride. I thought stylistically, oh my God, the way that it's shot and the way that it's cut is just beautiful.
Well,
beautiful
first of all,
watch.
I think one of the reasons I was crying is I was like, I want to go to Singapore.
You know what? I've been to Singapore.
I want to go to that hotel that looks like it's got a big old boat on top of it.
Oh my God. Singapore is amazing, but they do have a lot of human rights violations there, I will say, and scary stuff like
Quit ruining the story.
Anti-LGBT stuff.
Quit ruining the story.
Raffles Hotel is nice. I had a drink there once.
They let you in.
Oh my God. It was a $25 Singapore sling. But if you do go there to the Raffles Hotel, that's what you do have to order. My mother made me do it, and it was delicious and worth the $25, by the way. But anyway, the thing about it is,
beautiful.
The street food, I remember having amazing street food there, and I don't know, I found it to be very sanitized, but that was my American impression of it. But I'm sure, if you live there, you see the real people and what it's like. But I thought that the style of the cutting of the film, the editing, oh my God, and the way that they, cut to music, like that whole montage with the playing telephone with the figuring out who the girlfriend is.
That was brilliant.
That was so good.
And then you find that this has all happened in the span of 30 seconds.
It's fantastic.
It cuts to like 20 different people who are like, who is she? Who is she? Who is she?
Really clandestinely takes a photo, a selfie.
and then sends it to all of Singapore. All of Singapore had her picture in 2.5 seconds flat. And in about 30 seconds, they figured out who she was.
They've already sized her up.
They've called mom.
Yeah.
They've called the mom.
She's alerted.
Now the mom is calling the son while they're still sitting in the... That was so good.
It was beautiful.
It was brilliant.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful cut.
And the other part about it that's kind of crazy... Crazy Rich Asians, is that Constance Wu, the girlfriend, she has no idea of the network, the wealth, all this stuff. And she's just this earnest, honest, loving, real person that just works hard.
Super down to earth.
And loves this guy.
You just can't help but love her.
You love her. She's so sweet and smart. And you're rooting for her for moment one. And it's like... I think we all go in those shoes, you know, of like, we just want her to be loved. And then the family just, oh my God.
They suck.
But then there are all oh my God, there's such comedy in it.
Oh
my
yes.
God. The roommate?
Yes.
Oh my God. Aquafina.
She's
a rapper.
is the best.
She's incredible.
She's the best.
She's hilarious.
If you don't know who she is, look up Mean Tweets.
Oh God, she's so funny.
She's got a scene in Mean Tweets that is just so hilarious. But the thing that I love, first of all, I will tell you this. This is such a human story. And I loved watching it through this particular lens of Asian Americans.
Yes.
I was never at any point saying, oh, that's an Asian person, that's an Asian person. It was just like the story was so beautiful and it touched my heart. It touched me. It touched the part of me that empathizes with. It did everything that great storytelling is supposed to do.
It was universal. It doesn't
my
matter
God.
who you are, you're going to relate to this film.
But I'm so glad that it was Asian Americans.
Me too.
I'm so glad that it was an all-Asian cast. It was so cool.
I can't believe how many people have said to me, God, I didn't know these actors were even out there. They were so good. It's like, yeah, because there are no roles for them, because people keep seeing only one thing. Or, you know, lately in scripts, you know, people will put in casting notices, you know, any ethnicity. I've been noticing that.
Right.
But it's like, that's a new thing. So these actors, I hope they all just get tons of work because they were terrific, you know, and there's so many more. They're not the
Michelle
only one.
Yao is, honey.
Oh my God, she's so good.
That woman has not aged. She's like Angela Bassett.
Oh my God.
They have not aged a day. It's so
Ageless.
annoying.
Ageless, I know.
It is so annoying how beautiful they are.
Can we just talk about the clothes for a moment?
Girl.
Oh my God.
That disco dress that she
Oh my God.
I
Gorgeous.
was like, give me that.
Everything. What everyone was wearing. I mean, oh my God. The cousin who was the model who married the guy who was cheating.
Oh, was she a model or was she? I thought she was like a businesswoman or something.
No, I mean in real life, I think she's a model.
Oh,
but
okay.
She was. Oh my God, her clothes.
Amazing.
Holy crap! Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And she was another person that was, even though she's from this unbelievable wealth, was just very down to earth.
I appreciated that the character portrayals were multidimensional. It wasn't these. This is why the rom-com hasn't really been a good thing for quite some time. I thought we're back to like a grade A rom-com.
Right.
I mean, you know, we
Absolutely.
haven't had a great. When's the last time we had a good one? I don't even know.
And they never get Oscar nominations.
I know. This last week, I think it was #1 for the 3rd week in a row.
Oh, it's just racking up the dough. It's racking it up.
It's beat the Meg, okay?
What?
The shark movie.
It beat a shark movie.
It beat the Meg 3 weeks in a row. If you just want to escape and feel, like, sometimes I just want to go to the movies and feel
good
emotions, whether I'm sad, happy, angry, whatever it is. I mean, I'm a feeler, and it just got me. It just totally got me.
I am not a crier. You know, I'm stoic. But I'm sitting there, and I was like, it's so beautiful.
I know.
Oh my God, I love her.
And it's not typical too, which is the really great thing. So I guess what we're saying is we endorse this film. Go see it.
You gotta
My
go
God,
see it.
it's
You gotta
so
go see
good.
it. Particularly now.
Yes.
Particularly
Yes.
in these times when
Yes.
all the news is bad. The news is shitty. 24/7.
Oh, God.
Everything that's happening is just crap. Go see this movie. It will make you smile.
You'll feel good.
You'll
And
feel great.
And you'll escape and go for a beautiful ride. Also, the only thing we can do as Americans, I truly believe, your dollar counts. And right now, while it's in the theaters, when you have different films like this, this is how you change the studio's mind about what to greenlight.
You gotta go see it.
Put your $12 down
Yep.
in the theater
Yep.
to say to Hollywood, hey, I want more stuff like this.
This is the kind of stuff I want to see.
It's very validating
Absolutely.
to them.
That's it for now, folks. Stay strong. Stay frosty.
Don't give up the fight.
Keep it going. Stand tall. We'll talk to you soon. Front Row Divas out.